you know, we need like a bottle of whiskey that sits, you know, like right here that we can drink while we do these videos.
Join the team.
Hey team, this is the McGuire Review, and today we're going to take a look at Beadle Grimm's brand new set. Now this one is a little bit of a smaller set. It is what we're referred to as part of their DM Vault sets. So it's a little bit smaller, a little bit of a different offering than what we've seen in the past on some of these larger box sets. They have just announced a brand new Platinum level box set they're going to be doing, which is the Vecna Eye of Ruin set. So you can check that out on their website. It's out there for pre-order. This one, though, is very cool as well. If you are interested in the Planescape, maybe a little bit of the Magic the Gathering Planeswalkers, but Planescape is an environment that has been created some time ago, it was in the 90s, for the D&D. It's a D&D campaign, D&D world. My box, again, has that secret 18332 code on it. Don't ask what that means, because I won't tell you. But here, what we have is the packaging, which is a little bit different. It comes in a very nice metal tin, which is pretty cool. It does have a wrapping on there as well. So we will get that off, slice that right there, and we'll take a look at our packaging and our tin. I really do like this tin. Okay, it does say Planescape Adventures in the Multiverse D&D, Beadle Grimm's DM Vault. Okay, it is a nice, you know, it's your standard thickness, your standard tin that, you know, sometimes board games or various different card games come in. It is pretty much your standard, you know, tin, but very nice. It's all 3D stamped. All of this here is like a nice 3D stamping that it's got on it. Put this right up here. Looks really good. And then we'll get right in. Now again, from a DM Vault perspective, this one is a little beefier. There's quite a bit more here. It definitely carries a little bit more price as well, and compared to some of the other products they've branded as DM Vault in the past. But you're obviously getting a lot more stuff here. Okay, this is almost like a little mini box set release. Okay, do have your standard welcome to the player there and what's in the tin. We're going to have poster maps, battle maps, in-world handouts, DM and player aids, artifacts, encounter cards, bonus encounter. That's some of the stuff that they generally do from the warehouse there. And that's what you're going to find in here. And then there's a few promotional things on the back. So we'll get this out. This is pretty cool here. It's kind of, they've started to do this approach where they've put a lot of the handouts and various different loose bits in these like folders. This one's really nice because it's branded there with the Planescape. It's got all the artwork. You open that up, and you have all the different various handouts that you're going to... There's a ton of them in there, as you can see. We're going to get into that here in a second. Let's get a few things out of here. And then we've also got this big map here. And both of these maps are actually that thicker canvas material type map, which I'm a big fan of. I think when companies do maps, when Beadle Grimm's does maps and they release these sort of canvas style maps, I'm a big fan of these. Could they have done this in paper? Yes, they could have. I'd rather have the cost from a product perspective be a little bit higher and have these nicer canvas maps to be able to set out on the table with centerpieces for your players. You know, stuff like this could be set out for most of your campaign or most of the things that you're doing, because it has a nice look. It's sort of the overarching area. It's just, you know, the outlands. It's very cool, right? Very cool and very high quality. It's already flattening out pretty good, even just having it out. And these canvas ones do flatten out pretty quickly. They don't retain those creases for extended periods of time. They do flatten out a lot faster than what your paper maps will do. Okay, so we'll take a look at both of those canvas maps. Very cool. Okay, I do like the back. Now it's interesting. It's very interesting. It is kind of that canvas feel on the front, but the back almost has, it's strange. It almost has like a coating on the back that is very slick, almost like a paper. I'm not sure. That's different. And you can see there, it's almost like the fabric canvas on the front has been glued to a very thin piece of, it almost feels like a paper. It's a smooth, waxy, almost paper feel. So that's kind of cool. And that's probably what's going to help it lay flatter on the table as well, if I would think about the design of probably how that's made. It's going to lay on the table a lot better. Okay? Sigil, the city of doors. Very cool. So you got the whole city of doors there. So again, I think they did a really nice job with these maps in particular. I want to see a lot more of this kind of stuff when it comes to other box sets and other maps that they do. Okay. All right. We'll pause there. We'll jump back over here to the folder. Number of things here. These are all going to be. I'm not going to spoil all this, but these are just going to be all the different things that you're going to need from a DM perspective, as well as a ton of different handouts. Now, this is pretty cool here. This journal is to preserve your area observations and rebuild the mosaic mirror's memory. Okay, so this is kind of like a little player workbook, little notebook of some sort. That's really cool. We got the DM Vault Elements. This is the DM's quick guide. This is something that's really nice, kind of helps the DM behind the screen there sort of orchestrate the different components, and you've got your little guide here for the different parts and the different, things within your set you're going to be using. Here we've got some artwork, some full page handout kind of artwork. This is really cool. I love this stuff. Just amazing. And you'll see some of this stuff on the side-by-side cam. Oh, that's a great piece there. You'll see some of this stuff on the side-by-side cam as we're kind of going through. And then there's a number of map, kind of more of smaller type rooms and scenarios and different things you're going to be running into that you'll see there that they've got printed. And again, sometimes some of this stuff you'll just use from a DM perspective. Sometimes some of this stuff you'll put right out on the table for the players. Here's going to be some really cool handouts, City of Doors. We got different little booklets here where folks can take notes, little notebooks and whatnot. These are really cool. How many is there? 5 of them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's 5 of those. And then there's a bunch of little other types of handouts. We got some deeds. We got some letters. We've got some certificates. And I will say I'm very happy to see in here they are kind of getting back to that more higher quality paper print. You can feel the texture on the paper. These are nice and thick. Yeah, okay, this is good. Okay, this one, very different than this one. This one, a little stiffer, different. Okay, this is good. So these are really have some nice high quality differences. Oh, we got Morty here. That is awesome. Nice touch. I love that video game. If you haven't played that video game, Planescape Torment, highly recommend it. It's old school, but you can get versions of it that will run on newer computers, which I do have. And it's a phenomenal game. It's one of the best kind of little RPG games like that. Even taking into account a lot of the stuff that exists today, it's phenomenal. So, okay, I really like what I'm seeing here. This is really done well with. We'll leave that open so you can kind of see all the stuff. All right, now let's get into some of these battle maps. They do battle maps very well. I'm also loving the detailed quality on these maps. These maps look better than what I have seen in the prior set release they did. I was I didn't harp on them, but there was a little little bit I wanted to see. I was wanting a little bit more from some of those maps, and as well as from some of these handouts. And it seems like these here are really hitting. So these are really popping for me. The detail on the artwork looks perfect. I love the size of these, right? So these are going to be more of kind of like your little battle type maps, which you're going to put out. Some of them are larger than some of these other ones here. So take a look at like a little 6 panel here. So you can see that some of these are larger on the table. So you have quite a bit of run there when you're doing your encounters or your battles. Okay, here is the Tales from the Warehouse. So this is like their tales. So this is something they create. Beadle and Grimm's creates. They come up. Usually it's the founders, or sometimes they do bring in other writers. It says here the writing was done by Charlie. So Charlie was on this one. So it's just pretty cool. And then you'll have an adventure that they'll put in here, and it'll be an adventure that will look very much like out of any type of D&D book. Okay, there is just one for this set. In the bigger box sets, they'll do 3, they'll do 4, but there's one in this box set. It does have its very own little booklet, which is nice. Okay, here is the, what is this? Fortune's Wheel, little baggie, and you are going to get some little metal coins, which are awesome. They are gold, and there is one that is kind of a gunmetal silver, which is really cool. Okay, so you got 3 of those gold ones, 1 of the gunmetal silvers, and that's all that's in the bag here. Get your little bag, which is nice. There's not going to be any jewelry in this particular set. You're going to have to get some of the higher price sets to get kind of the jewelry and the pieces like that. But again, this is from their DM Vault line. Now you're going to get your artwork cards, which are nice. And this is something new that I've seen. I don't know that I've seen this unless I missed it and forgot in the last set. But they did this little wrapper here on it that's like makes it clear. This is your artwork. Oh, okay, right here. The last thing in the box. These are your encounter cards. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool that they did that. It isn't like you won't know that once you get it out of the box, but it is some nice packaging to just make it completely clear, especially for folks that this might be their first time ever buying a product like this, and they may just not know. Okay, so these simply are just artwork cards. They're designed to sit on a table, or better, they're designed to hang over your DM screen. This particular DM Vault did not include a DM screen. Some of their other box sets do. A lot of people have their own DM screens. Regardless, you can hang this right over your DM screen, and you can just show the artwork to your players as you're talking about, you know, that encounter or maybe that NPC or whatever they're interacting with, and they can see that really cool artwork. And this is nice. It really kind of adds a flavor and a flair to everything. Or you can set it out on the table if you want to do that. That's perfectly fine. It works either way. Another thing that's nice is inside it will tell you the chapter locations for this artwork, so you'll know exactly, you know, oh, it's the location in chapter 11. Okay, so that's the artwork that I need for the location in chapter 11, which is, you know, they didn't do that with some of their initial sets, and now they do, and they have done that for some time now. Oh, this is sick. We'll have to look at that. Look how cool that is. How cool that is. So it's so much is coming back here. I'm getting excited about. This is a great set. This really is a great DM Vault set. I can't get that back on there. So here we'll go and we'll take a look at the encounter cards. I'm sure I'll be able to slip that on there later. All right, and these are the encounter cards. So what you're going to find here is very similar. Okay, they're gonna open up, so you can hang them over your DM screen. Now this is really designed for the hang over the DM screen, because on the back of each one of the encounter artwork pieces is all of the stat blocks you're going to need as a DM to be able to run that encounter. So you have everything you need there, little flavor text at the top, all your stat blocks very easily hanging right in front of you that only you can see. Then the players will see everything else here on the artwork. Boom. Okay, we got all that stuff. Very, very cool. So take a look at the, you know, you would have saw at the overhead cam as we kind of went through here. some work of some of the artwork. I won't show it all. I'll just show some of it from the encounters. I'll show some of it from the artwork piece. I don't want to just give everything away, but I will show some of it so you get a feel for what you got here in the brand new Beadle & Grimm's DM Vault Planescape set. Great set. I do recommend this set. It is very cool. If you do like this older style, because this was done back in like the mid 90s, I want to say, is when Planescape first kind of came out, and then you had some of the D&D Planescape videos, and you've got the Planeswalkers from sort of the Magic the Gathering world and IP. So there's a lot going on here with this set and this environment. I think it is very cool, and this is obviously probably the coolest little box set you can get if you're going to run this for your group that's out there on the market right now. I don't know of any other Planescape sets that are like this at this price point. Some of Beadle & Grimm's other box sets do get up to those higher price points, but this one is about at the $200 price point. And I don't know if there's really anything else out there right now where you could get all of this type of stuff to run a pretty killer Planescape experience for your players that would be at this price point. If you are interested in picking this up, obviously go right to the Beadle & Grimm's website, and you can check out this set as well as a number of other things. And with that, keep rolling them crits. This has been the McGuire Review, and we'll see you next time.